Keep your sound on with your screen off and listen uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium on us.
Howdy doody, everyone. How's it going? Can you hear me? Sorry, was just getting ready. I had a phone call before. How is it going, everyone? Oh, man, what another tiring day. Um, Yesterday we had a DMCC meeting. Well, not meeting. It was a virtual workshop for plenty of startups there, and we spoke about ToastPunk, Racer Club Labs. I received a lot of Telegram messages after that to go through, help with their projects or joining Racer Club, things like that. So a lot of cool things happening behind the scenes, guys. So welcome everyone. Yeah, keep on coming in, everyone. I'll just wait for more people to come in. Today we already had a town hall yesterday, and we couldn't cover the Racer Club aspect of things. So today I want to specifically talk about Racer Club. This is also being recorded, so if you can't make it here, and if you're listening to this recording, it will be the same for those that are here, except that the ones that are here can ask all the questions they want about Racer Club, what's happening with it, etc., etc. No problem. Okay. By the way, I added a TLDR channel. If you look at information in Discord, up the very top before official links, there's a TLDR, and TLDR is simply just a easy explanation on what ToastPunk is about, for new people coming into the community or for existing people that are asking what's going on with ToastPunk, things like that. Like there's people in the Toast chat. I can see, they're going, sir, you forgot about the 1 ETH road. I'm telling you right now, that is all every day on my mind. I have not forgotten about it whatsoever, except that, we said this before. Our focus is to try to bring true utility to people instead of fake or synthetic utility, which is not going to last for a long time. And I'm glad to say today we did some further back testing on Crypto Toast as well. I know it's not with Racer Club right now, but I just thought while more people are coming here to give you some updates. We were put through the test on Crypto Toast as to our algo and the performance of it. And these are like serious long-term traders and hedge fund guys, and they inspected every bit of it. Of course, not our unique code for the algo, but performance-wise, strategy testers, back testing, and everything else, and they were absolutely amazed what we have accomplished. So once again, guys, if you have not plugged into your Toast, into Crypto Toast, I highly recommend you do so. It is absolutely better than anything out there you can get. Of course, Racer Club is gonna give you a lot of fun, from the front end, and also grow a massive network of different kind of communities amalgamating together as one. But Crypto Toast is a personal trading tool. Don't sleep on it, please. Just like it would take, you just put a bit of your own money in it, in your own Binance account, and grow it gradually. And you'll see the results. As time goes on. I would really like to we made this so that the whole community can enjoy it, and everyone in the community can succeed as well. 2 years down the track, 3 years down the track, I want to make sure that when people that I've plugged in crypto toast, even starting with $50, $100, or $500, or whatever it is, then 2 years time, the situation is totally different in terms of their wealth and what they can do to contribute back towards the space. Okay, because just do not forget that whatsoever. Okay, make sure you contribute back. Okay, Jay Dakara, before we go on and start asking questions specifically on tokenomics and all of that, because I will answer all of the questions that comes across, 100% for sure. But I'm going to go through the definitely Jay Dakara, but definitely I want to go through some breakdown and some updates as to what's going on, and the plan as well, the rollout plan for ToastPunk. Okay, so I'm going to see whether or not there's the roadmap put here, which is called the race map. I think it's still here, but I'm gonna take it off because I don't want people to sort of go, oh, this is it, and then you're late or something like that or whatever. Even though we may not be late, right? Just in case. Oh, my screen is not being shared. I'll share my screen again. Hang on. Share my screen. Okay. Yep, an entire screen, and this one here. Cool. Okay, cool. So you should be able to see my screen, I think, now coming up on the left side. Okay. So let's get started. For whoever is here right now to discuss or to go through Racer Club matters. So first things first. This is our set plan, what we call the race map. Okay. It will start with the Binance IGO fan pass sale in April 2023, which is this month itself. And then ToastPunk Genesis, the ever so waited game that we all been waiting for, is still on schedule for May. Okay. Definitely right now there's no updates, but if anything at all, different to that, I will definitely inform you guys first. Then in June to July, we're gonna go ahead and proceed with a pretty big NFT drop. Okay, it's gonna be a 2,500 Racer Club licenses, but they start off as shards. Shards being they've been broken from each and every license to 10. So that's 2,500 multiplied by 10. That's 25,000 NFTs in total. But it is a deflationary NFT collection. Okay. And then in August and October, once we've completed the sale of all those licenses, we will then go ahead and incubate elite RC clubs, and some of them you can see in the picture here. You've got Emphas, World of Woman, CryptoPunks, Azuki, Doodles, MAYC, Clone X, etc. Now a lot of them, as per my teaser yesterday, already started signing back up again. So now we've got a much more better. We use an AI tracker with footprint analytics to work out what is in the wallets of all these people who registered yesterday, and we know that they are much closer. They're much more accurate as far as what this is concerned, and these are the ones that are going to be part of the early 2,500 RC clubs, but also part of the incubation process. And then in November 2023, hopefully even before that, we're trying to go for either November or October. It depends on we're monitoring the market, the total crypto market cap right now, which is right now about $1.2 trillion, but we expect it to go to 1.5 trillion by this sort of period here, and time it in a way where we will launch that token nicely into the market, which will then follow up with a Racer Club DAO, and then the asset creators marketplace, etc. Now this Racer Club project, I'm going to say something right now, and I said this before yesterday already, and I'll mention it again right now. It's very different to the ToastPunk project or how we did it. ToastPunk has been a very small, organic kind of build up all the way through. Okay, so it has been the WAP team, myself, and whatever team members we have around us to build up. Okay, this is a whole learning curve on the space. But Racer Club is very different. Okay, it's backed by VCs. We've got multiple advisors on board. We're using high-end game developers, high-end contract auditors, and various other partnerships that we've created out there in the market. So do expect something very, very different to the launch than what we did with ToastPunk, because ToastPunk was centered around more the what we call the developing countries, and we succeeded well in that there. Students as well, we got a lot of them on board, and hopefully through whatever we've done, we provided the right education in the space, that not everything is about flips, not everything is about profit. It's about providing value back. However, in Racer Club, there are going to be some opportunities there for profit as well, for sure, for most of them there. Now, as always, nothing here is financial advice to anyone. So, this is, you need to do your own research. You need to believe in whatever you learned in the space, okay, to know what is real and what isn't, okay. But all I'm here to tell you today is what the project's about, what we've been working on, and how we're gonna roll everything out, okay. So, as I mentioned, that was the roadmap. Now, a lot of details can be found in the white paper, okay? The white paper is kind of like our guide that everyone uses right now on our team, the developers, the partners, investors, to monitor what is going on and how the whole ecosystem of Racer Club gets built over time, okay? And we've tried our best to condense as much as we can, but at the same time, we need to provide that right information. So that balance is always going to be met there. Two things that came out from this. So there's the tokenomics side, which has been carefully designed by TD5, which is a Dubai-based game incubator, and now they have worked previously with Sandbox, Decentraland, and many of the big gaming projects out there. So they understand what they're doing. But not only that, they even did mention themselves that this is probably one of the most innovative tokenomics that they've created, because it's highly revenue driven. It's highly utility driven as well, and it incorporates not just new NFTs, which a lot of games are doing today. They work on new NFTs. So what I mean by new NFTs is, you start a game, there's skins, there's wheels, there's cars, etc., and all of that forms NFTs, and they expect selling and trading of those items there, just like any other GameFi project out there today. However, ours is flip side of that, and the intention there is because we wanted to drive all those statistics, XP and everything else back to the original NFTs that people own. So when you link or when you use your NFT in the game, everything gets saved back to you on an on-chain, off-chain format, okay? That then we believe, or our experiment here is to ensure that we can drive the value back towards the original NFTs owned by people. That's where we feel that the true utility gap is, okay? Even the R Club tokenomics design, we've done it in a way where, just for your information, okay, so you guys know that 75% of whatever is spent per club goes back to the players, 15% goes back to managers. So that's already 90% going back to the community from whatever game revenues come through, and then the balance 10% is split in accordance to 5% goes to a burn mechanism, so we automatically burn tokens from whatever comes through to ensure we reduce supply and lessen the selling pressures, and then the balance 5% gets split 1.25 into a liquidity pool, 1.25 into a treasury reserve, and 2.5 for operations. Okay, so that's leaving enough for Racer Club DAO, which will be formed as soon as the R Club token is launched, to be able to grow this business to the next level. Okay, that's the aim there, and keep growing it all the way through. On top of all of that as well, there is another unique concept we've embedded called the esports tournaments. And the esports tournaments has a prize pool up to 50 million R Club tokens a year, starting with the first run all the way from when I showed you the roadmap before, from the RC license, drop, incubation, all the way to TGE. So a few months before TGE, there will be select racer clubs already live, including ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club from the very, very, very beginning. Okay, um, they will all these projects will be able to get a chance to be ranked in order. Okay, so sorry, all these clubs will be able to get a chance in order from a player point of view and from a manager point of view. Okay, once again, that's all on the white paper. You can ask questions on that later. But from a player point of view, it's quite simple. You just need to be level 2 or higher in order for you to be part of that ranking list. And the higher XP you got, the bigger you are up on the ranks. Okay, that's for players. And then for managers, as in club managers. So if you manage a club, like you manage Azuki Racer Club or Goblin Town Racer Club, etc., you need to make sure you have 5,000 US dollars worth of economy created in your club to be part of the ranking list. And then the top ranking club, so the one with spend the most money, basically will be the highest up the top. And those prize pools are up to even 1 million R Club tokens there. So it's kind of sorry, total is 10 million for the whole manager side of things. But yeah, from a value perspective, that's driven quite heavily there. And I can go through some details about that later on, if you like, so that you can see it as well. And you can reserve your questions for anything there at all. But the whole point of it is this: the ToastPunk guys will be able to get, will be the first club out there. Okay, it's earmarked, it's there, and not only 30 days. I think early on we said 30 days minimum early access. The early access is actually more than 30 days, I would say, because you've got the launch of ToastPunk Genesis, then you've got the sale of all those licenses, then you got the incubated club, so, and then all the way to TGE. So I would say there's at least 30, 60 to even 75 days early that ToastPunk gets to play the game. Now, how you guys play the game and how you guys be good at the game, it's quite important to make sure that that you upskill yourself in terms of how you race, your capabilities, so your how you manage each and every race that you go in, and everything will be handled by the managers. Okay, the 10 managers of ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club, which will be from the ToastPunk OG DAO. So whoever has an OG, and whoever is already registered in the OG DAO, those members there will be nominated to manage the club, so to speak. Okay, and as what we mentioned before, the chance of the club to be ranked up in order and get and receive that big airdrop of those claims, not airdrop, sorry, the claims. I'm just going to rephrase that carefully. The claims of the R Club token, that goes back to the DAO. Okay, so everything from the DAO side would be crucial to ensure that we move forward in the right way. Okay, so that is as far as I'll just go page by page on the white paper so we can see. Okay, once again, when we started this project, we expanded from just making it a game about ToastPunk, because we know that having just one game for ourselves is pretty selfish, especially if we were going to build this as a platform that anyone can come in, and on top of that, it is evident that if we have only one game for one community, the numbers are not going to be there, and it's not going to be sufficient enough in terms of revenue generation, which is why we need to leverage on all those partnerships that we've created and worked on, all the other communities out there that are so dire need of a utility. This is what it's about. Okay, every single project founder that I've spoken to and informed them about Racer Club that knows about it has given the green light and said yes, 100%, we need to be part of this, and they've already committed. Okay, so the ecosystem, as I mentioned before, there's managers, players, and fans. How the fans start, we're already doing it right now. So with the fan passes, you see being teased out a little bit. Those fan passes will unlock access to different areas in the game server and the game itself, so they're quite beneficial to hold on to long term. Managers manage the clubs. There's only going to be 10 managers per club, but could be of the same people as well, so it could be up to 10 managers per club. And then players, anyone holding the NFT of that particular club can go in and play. And there will be a rental function as well in the game. Now, since I last checked with our developers, the rental function is still about 50% right now. So we may not have that ready for ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club yet. Okay. Once again, it actually, we thought about it, and I'll tell you why. The reason why we say we may not need to have it in ToastPunk Genesis yet. We will plug it in later, right? Is because the rental function works really well for projects with NFT prices that are high. Okay, so if you got a high price NFT, then like MAYC or something like 2 ETH or 3 ETH, then it would make sense to have a rental function, because then you rent it cheaper. But if ToastPunk Genesis is really cheap already, then it doesn't make any sense to rent right now anyway. Okay, obviously later, once the demand comes through and the supply gets exhausted for people using into the game and crypto toast as well, then the price may go up. So therefore, then the rental function may make sense. But in the meantime, just not to delay the game launch in May, we have decided not to incorporate the rental function in there. Just so you know, okay. Now, I already mentioned about the tokenomics and how to get involved early. Okay, so right now we've got we've been running this and we've been closing off round by round right now. We've got the token sale round for our club, and we've got the angel round filled, seed like almost fully filled, private even some people bought in there, and public will be our partnership deals with the Binance team, CDFi, GameFi, Red Kite, and what's the other one? Mighty Labs DAO. Okay, so as far as that's concerned, we will have the token sale side of things being covered off, and already covered off most of them. Then we've got the RC license and the RC fan pass side. The RC fan pass is being started as of right now, so we've got the OG fan pass being airdropped. Now I'll just skip quickly to that page so you can see the difference here. In the RC fan pass, there's 3 different types. The first one is the VIP fan pass. The second one is the OG fan pass. The third one is the Meta fan pass. Okay, the VIP fan pass will be via a Binance IGO, and this is scheduled for this month. So probably tail end of this month, third week to tail end of this month. This is when the 500 will be available to be bought by anyone who knows how to get on there and buy it, basically. Okay, and it's public max min of 5. Unfortunately, this is in Binance Global, so Binance US users will not be able to take part. So only Binance Global users can be part of this. There'll be 500 at 0.1 each. Basically, this VIP fan pass will allow the holder to convert one of those into an RC shard for free. Okay, which is normally cost at 0.3 as the whitelist price, and public price is much more higher later on. But that's one of the benefits. The other benefits as well is if they've got this fan pass, they've got a limit of up to 100,000 R Club tokens that can be purchased at 50% discount pre-sale. So immediately can do that. And also this gives them the highest perks in the whole Racer Club ecosystem. So for example, multipliers on watch to earn, discounts on the Rakuten relationships we've made with Gucci, Tiffany, etc., all that kind of stuff. In real life invites to events and other partnership stuff that we're doing as well. So there's plenty of stuff for the VIP fan pass guys. Now the OG fan pass is a free airdrop, which is what we're going to run, and you saw that via the registration. Okay, now just so you know, the OG fan pass definitely gives access to the game server early on, but in order for whitelist, it will be a prepaid whitelist, so you need to prepay the whitelist, but that's basically before anyone else at all. Okay, so you have that ability to have the OG fan pass if you get selected. Now you can choose, you can use it, you can hold it, you can sell it. These are all NFTs, so you can do what you want with it, right? It also gives you 25% discount on the on a maximum 50,000 R Club tokens that can be bought, and also multipliers on support and watch, watch and earn, and various other discounts as well on other things, plus some other events and things like that. The Meta Fan Pass will be a standard fan pass, which is the core founding fan pass for all Meta fans, all fans of all the Racer Club, and this will be a free mint. Okay, so this will be your standard free mint on the market, where you can come to the game servers, mint it for free, plus paying gas. This won't get you access to the game servers to get into the whitelist, but it will give you access into the public sale of Racer Club, which you'll be able to mint in the first 90 minutes of the public sale Dutch auction. If you don't have a fan pass, If you don't have any of these fan pass, you can't mint at all in the public sale Dutch auction until the second 90 minutes. Okay, so we've got a tailor-made plan to ensure that the first 90 minutes we're gonna try to aim for a full sellout. Okay, that's the plan. And that's what our team is confident on. But once again, anything can happen in this space. We don't know. Okay. By the way, all the smart contracts are conducted by Certic, except for the VIP fan pass side of things. Their part is conducted by Binance. Our part is conducted by Certic. Okay. What else is there? Most of the stuff, as I said earlier on, you can go to the white paper and check it out. Check it out for yourself. There's a lot of information on the ecosystem, players, managers, fan, vendors. Now, if you are from 3D Studio, or people from 3D Studios creating an Unreal Engine, being part of the vendor, being a vendor user is great in the Racer Club system, because there'll be the Racer Club ecosystem, because there's going to be plenty of clubs out there that needs these upgrades. Okay, as I said earlier on, no asset in every club is an NFT. No asset is an NFT. They are all in-game assets, just like graphic assets. That's it. And to get them upgraded, so at the very beginning, each club will have obviously the 10 characters, the 10 hero characters. But if, say, someone wants their own character, once we've launched the iClub token and once we launch the Asset Creator Market, someone wants their own character, they must go through the Asset Creators Marketplace and choose a vendor to be able to upgrade or to create their custom 3D character in the game. And these vendors come from all types. There's cheaper ones, there's branded ones, there's specific artists, there's people that made for Marvel, there's people that made for high-end, whatever it is, you can deal with the vendors direct. Okay, our club is required, plus every other major token, every other major cryptocurrency also is accepted, and the revenue from this year, 5% comes back to the Racer Club DAO in order, once again, to put towards treasury and sustainability of the game long term. Okay, but that's what vendors is about. Now, from a DAO perspective, once again, it's going to be so different than the way ToastPunk is run right now. ToastPunk is kind of like a volunteer DAO by the OG members. It's a good learning curve for us, good learning curve for the people as well. But this DAO is a professionally engaged run DAO by 5 governors, okay? And the governors will be governing clubs. We're governing the crossover series, which is the crossover metaverse tournaments, treasury. And I'll talk a bit about the crossover in a second. We'll be managing the treasury, innovation, growth. Now, all these are professionals from different verticals and industries, and they are paid a stipend as well from the DAO, okay? Because as I said earlier on, the Racer Club DAO is going to operate differently from the very get-go. There'll be heaps of funds or funding sufficient to grow the project accordingly and be sustainable, okay? But yeah, it's very different. Now, if you know, or if you want to be part of that DAO, definitely think of the ways you can be part of it. But the professional levels of this Racer Club DAO is much more higher than what we currently have. Just for your information, okay? Now, the crossover, I want to talk a little bit about that, okay? Crossover is where we aim to be ultimately, okay? Because my serious vision here on where I think we can head, or where the space is heading as a whole. First and foremost, we've got typical NFT games right now, and we're noticing that NFT games do not move to the next level, or can't bridge into a mainstream. Okay, someone from mainstream looks at NFT games and goes, "What's going on here? Why would we want to be part of it?" Now, if it's a casual game, they might capture them for a bit, but it can't be retentive in this sense. Okay. The whole idea of Racer Club is to, first and foremost, create these communities, okay, these nucleus of communities that will stay loyal within their clubs, race within their clubs, be pros within their clubs, and show pride, okay, in their own clubs. Once that is done, we'll have obviously a ranking order system as well. We can then have crossover games. Or crossover games will be home and away format games where, for example, MAYC racers will jump into CryptoPunk Racer Club and play locally for their native token and also our club token, but at the same time be part of this crossover metaverse tournament which is that 50 million prize pool. Okay, it's a yearly or seasonal kind of approach. In essence, it parallels what F1 Federation or what, for example, Champions League in soccer is about. Okay, you've got like a group format, you've got knockouts, tournaments, all that sort of stuff. Okay, and I'm not organizing that. That is organized by esports professional that I've brought in from Spain. And they're going to be looking at how they're going to develop that up furthermore, and they'll be part, obviously, of the Racer Club DAO as well to help that. Okay, so that is our ultimate aim. That's how we aim to be sustainable and how we aim to grow grow everything over year on year and year to make sure that we keep going. Now, those 50 million, up to 50 million prize pools per year, doesn't just come from the minting of the project, okay? Because if we mint out 50 million straight away, trust me, the price will tank automatically, okay, of R Club tokens. So the idea is that 50 million R Club prize pool will come from sponsors, okay? Sponsors such as, could be, Samsung, Red Bull, whatever it is, right? Anywhere that is interested to get eyeballs on an engaging game that is going to continue to grow bigger and bigger and bigger, plus all these in real life relationships that we already have, we can bring them on board there as well. But yeah, that's where that 50 million iCup tokens will come from. They will come in order to be part of it. They have to sweep all the tokens up and use that as prize pools. Now, we may not get to 50 million, we might get to 20 million, 30 million per year and grow and grow and grow, but the top end aim is for 50 million. Now, if you consider that as the potential of what that could be for the game, it is quite exciting because this would highlight Racer Club as the biggest ever professionally played game out there, compared to you can compare it to any of the esports events or even in real life events. Depending on the price of the token, obviously, of our club, it could go bonkers. Now, I'm gonna say something right now. Again, I just want to say this, okay? So some of you out there, and I've seen DMs, posts, everything else, right? I will always do the right thing for this project, okay? In terms of leading it to the point where I truly believe that it's within my realms, okay? But if I'm not professional in that point, I will get someone else to do it, okay? Now, till date in ToastPunk, I've done majority things myself. As I said, I'm not perfect. I'm human, okay? And I'll do everything I can to obviously do well for the community. But in the crypto space and the Web3 space and the NFT space as well, we've seen things happen in here which is out of the blue, okay? We've seen things happen that all of a sudden a pixel art project just skyrockets and goes to ridiculous prices, and the volume pumps to 15 to 20,000 ETH and things like that, okay? Personally, because I am not in that character that does that sort of things, okay, I might need to go get other people to do that. And in Racer Club, the deployment will definitely be there because, I want to make this a successful project in terms of it being for the entire space, not just for what I want personally. It's not about a personal thing anymore now. It's about taking this project to the next level, okay? Taking Racer Club to the next level. And by doing so, it kind of flywheels all our other projects around us as well, all our little smaller projects. So ToastPunk, Irish Oracle, and any other collaborations and any other things that we're dealing with could see much more eyeballs on it based on that there, okay? So just so you know, just so you're clear, yes, I am going to lead, okay? I will lead, I'll do my best always to act in the best interest and faith for the community, but there'll be a lot of people that are going to be helping me do that, okay? And professional people. People that they are skilled in their own areas of expertise, okay? Especially in crypto. Moving on now. Maybe we can go through some questions if you have any questions at all, and you can put them on the right, and I'm gonna one by one try to look at the different questions, or maybe just tag me back, or just tag back the old questions if you have, and then I can look at it. But most of you would have seen yesterday some tweets came out from the Racer Club project and also ToastPunk, my side, the Twitter side as well. The tweet was OG Alpha Pass airdrop. Okay, that and there was no link. There was no link to go and sign up. Intentional, very very intentional. Okay, the idea is obviously to drive eyeballs on curiosity and what's going on, and we managed to get some good eyeballs on it, even though the likes and the retweets doesn't show. But we've just surpassed about 400 over people signing up to that right now. Okay, not bots, and not the ones that said no and no. That's a little trick, by the way. I'm going to tell you. So if you answered no to any of those questions there, you would have seen a screen saying, "Sorry, unsuccessful. You can't register for this year," because the idea is you need to have an NFT and you need to be able to commit to getting that NFT converted, or the NFT PFE converted into a 3D character, right? So in reference to that, we believe that that's going to keep going, okay, and keep growing and growing and growing over the next few weeks, and then following next week onwards, there'll be a few other announcements on, particular partners, what Binance drops, maybe some sneak peeks on the fan passes, which I'm going to tell you right now, I saw it by the artist that created it today. And these guys work on Marvel and EA, okay? And the fan pass itself looks sick, okay? It looks ridiculously sick. I'm so glad that we got those people to do it. But I might give you guys some sneak peeks, not today, but once it's all ready, in the next few days, maybe I'll do it in the OG update site, or the OG private channels first, okay? Okay, now to questions. Let me go the questions. Okay, I'm gonna start with what's coming up first, and then please tag me downwards. Okay, so Petros says ToastPunk is Racer Club paid to earn, and also perhaps not paid to earn, so there are varied ways to get in and earn as well. Can you explain a bit more? Sure. So, so how Racer Club works is this: every NFT that gets connected, for the very first time. So you own an NFT, you own a ToastPunk, for example, ToastPunk Genesis. Okay, when you connect it, okay, in the game servers for the first time, you have 5 energies to use. Okay, 5 energies, meaning it comes default with 5 energies. Every time you use that energy, it's free. Okay, you race for free, you race for free, you race for free, you race for free. Okay, only when you run out of energy, that's when you need to get more energy to race. Okay, now there's few ways to get energy. One is by getting good positions in what we call milestones. Okay, so if you go to the white paper again, there's something called milestones. If you achieve those daily milestones or those weekly milestones, then you get free free daily packs to open, and then there'll be a weekly pack to open as well. In these packs, there'll be boosters, so they either be attribute boosters or even energy. Okay, energy is the one which is cool because obviously you can use that to race again for free. But boosters are pretty cool as well because that will improve your top speed, handling, strength, and acceleration. Okay, so that's the free stuff. That's basically what it is. But in order for the game to continue forward, obviously you need to the game economy needs to move forward, right? So that's where the energy comes into play. Okay, or the pack purchases comes into play. So what we're gonna do for the very beginning, just as a little exercise here to explain to you, is we will have a discount for ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club. So we're thinking of even up to 50% discount of the original prices, just to make sure that everyone starts, purchasing these consumable packs, using it in the game, and doing their best as much as they can. Okay. As I said earlier on, remember 90% of this is going back to the community. Okay. The game is only keeping 10% for sustainability of the whole ecosystem as a full. Okay. But on top of all of that, you're earning your XP, you're earning, as I said, your milestones and all of that. So it becomes worthwhile for you. Now, not every single person may become a consistent player because you might not, be a good racer or a good player, esports player. But just so you know, this is an esports game. This is a competitive game. It's not your casual game. Okay, if you want a casual game, come play ToastPunk Stacks or go Royal Rumble or go play, Smash Cards. Okay, those are casual games. This is a competitive racing game. That's what Racer Club is about. Okay, it's not your typical casual game. Okay, just FYI, so you know. So hopefully that answers your question, Petros. Next one to maybe Jay Dakara. Can we earn TP on? Absolutely, absolutely. So ToastPunk Genesis TP Gen will be embedded in the ToastPunk Genesis Racer claim. There won't be R Club yet. Obviously, R Club will only be when the TGE event happens in October, November. So the game will actually have TP Gen embedded. It'll be an actual live game that you earn with TP Gen and use TP Gen to play as well. Okay. Next one. No problem, Petros. All good, mate. And as Petros, it's not. If you don't want to buy the pack, don't buy the packs. If you don't believe that you can race well, that's okay. You don't have to as well. That's why I just want to make, as I said earlier on, I want to clarify very, very carefully. This is not a casual game. It is a competitive race game. Okay, and all our numbers that we've made, we know that not every single ToastPunk holder is going to be playing. We know that for a fact. Okay, we know that every single holder of a MAYC is going to be playing the game. Okay, but if it becomes a highly competitive game that a select amount of people do play, we will have representation from every single club of the best players out there in P2E and in esports, and that's what it's about. Okay, that's uplifting everyone's game here as well. Okay, so it might not be a game for everyone. So when people tell me, say, "Oh, I'm waiting for this game. I'm waiting for ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club and all of that," it's not a casual. We've got so many things out there right now that you can use and do. We've got Crypto Toast. We've got ToastPunk Stacks. We've got the organized Smash Cards events. We've got all of that there. That gives you that casual effect back, right? This is absolutely different. Okay, it's competitive. No, good question, Lucky Dad. So Lucky Dad asked the question: will fan earning be available in May and launch? No, it won't be. The fan part will only be after the R Club token is available, because we want to associate the R Club token with the fan earning part. There will be fans can watch. So instead of just playing, you can watch live games as well. So you can watch these live events for sure, but there won't be that earning part. As I said, I'm gonna say no right now, but I've already told the team. I said I want some form of rewards for fans. I want them, the meta fan pass holders, the OG fan pass holders, and the VIP fan pass holders that are not playing the game. I want them to be rewarded somehow by just supporting the game. Okay, but just to answer your question directly, the particular support and earn or watch to earn mechanism, which is where you watch and you earn iClub tokens, won't be available in May. Okay, just to make it totally clear. Jedikara, how fan will earn? So one of them, as I mentioned before, will be when you watch live games and support live games and interact with these live games, live races. You will be able to earn, like just watching TV. Just watch TV and you can see R Club tokens click over for you and go, yep, you've earned 0.001, you earned 0.002, you earned 0.03. And so just for watching the game, okay? You're like the advertiser recipient, okay, for the game. But you'll be interacting, you'll be doing so many things down there as well to help support the club. But that's one way of how a fan would earn. And the other things that fans will earn as well is attending all these various perks that are given out to those three fan pass holders: the VIPs, the OGs, and the meta. Okay, you get all these perks. So whatever it might be, in real life event, meetups, merch send outs. I don't know. Just there'll be a lot of things organized for them there accordingly as well. Okay. Thank you, Petros. Really appreciate that there. Does the game charge renew daily after? No, it does not. Kimrap, unfortunately, it does not. It's a consumable. So once the energy. So sorry, I'll rephrase the question for those that didn't see it. Kimrap246 asked the question: does the game charge renew daily after the one we registered with? No. So your first NFT goes in, you get the 5 free to play with. Once you run out of all the 5, it doesn't recharge at all for you. You can, however, connect another NFT that you own a ToastPunk Genesis, for example, and use that as your main racer. But remember something: every time you say, for example, you have 10 ToastPunk Genesis with you, okay, or you earn 20, or you have 30, and you can keep plugging them in and use 5 for free. Keep plugging them and use 5 for free. Use 5 for free all the time. But remember, the stats, the XP, which is the important thing, only saves to that particular NFT that you've used in the game. Okay, so strategically, what you want to be doing is this, and this is just a couple of tips, right? So if you own a few ToastPunks, which are really, really cheap right now, right? Yeah, under $10, $12 you can get them, as in Genesis. Get a few, hold on to them, plug them in one by one, test it out, okay? Work out how your strategy within the tracks, who you're playing with, how do you beat these opponents, etc. Use that 5 very smartly, okay? And then once you start to pay for the energy packs, then you're going to be serious and make sure that you get top 3. But also another thing is this, right? And no one has asked this question yet, right? The number one, so each race can start with 8 players. Each race starts with 8, and then maximum is 12. Now, every single position of that race, doesn't matter what you finish in. You finish in number 12, you also get a reward. Okay, number 1 gets obviously the biggest reward. Number 2 gets 2. Number 3 gets 3. But every single position gets a reward. So you always get something back, no matter what. Okay. So yeah, the answer to your question, Kimra, is it does not renew, does not recharge. Okay, you need to buy those energies to play in the game. Dwake, ToastPunk, in reference to you saying that you were looking at what NFTs were in wallets that signed up, what if our NFTs are in a cold wallet, not the one we registered with? That's a good question. So even a cold wallet, then it does not get identified, basically, as in we won't identify it. Okay, but this is it. Okay, this first hurdle is just, or this first criteria of the OG fan pass is to get access into that game server area. Okay, it does not mean that you can't add more NFTs to get more club spots later on. Okay, Dwayne. So the idea is, as long as you have NFTs in your existing wallet that meet the criteria of you getting that OG fan pass to come into the game servers earlier, then you will have the opportunity. You have the key, basically. Once you have that key, you go in. You can go in there and grab 15, 20, 30 whitelist spots if you want to, if you have those NFTs to support them. Okay, because there's a process called etching in the game servers. Basically, you sign a wallet. Okay, you sign an on-chain wallet that says, I assign the sub-license of my IP of my NFT to Racer Club to be created as a 3D hero in this game. And then by doing so, you get that whitelist spot. Okay, so you need to just make sure you have those wallets connected in after you got the fan pass. Okay, and we know that plenty of people out there have their stuff in cold storage. So that this just gives them that first ticket. And just a bit of alpha while that question was asked, just so you guys know. And I know there's only 20 people or so in this audience here, but potentially other people might be listening to this recording right now, especially the ToastPunk OG guys. Please tell each other this right now. Not favoritism, okay, but as I said, I always promise, OG guys, I'm gonna look after you no matter what. Okay, so anyone with an OG ToastPunk in their wallet, okay, has been told to the guys that are searching it, that make sure they get something there. Okay, just FYI. Moving on. 906.nft asks, will you be able to tune up your race car, aka buying parts as NFTs and merge them together? Good question, 906. And first and foremost, I'm going to answer this. I'm going to say this one more time. There's no buying NFTs in the game. We don't sell NFT parts in the game. Everything is asset driven. Okay. The only way you can make your race car better is by getting boosters, and the boosters apply to 4 categories: top speed, acceleration, handling, and strength. Okay, you can go to the pack store and get these boosters, or earn them via milestones for free when you complete your daily or your weekly milestones. Okay, now every time you apply these boosters, they're temporary. Okay, they're either +1 or +2, and they're temporary for that particular race. So you use them for one full race and it's finished, it's consumable. Okay, However, every time there's 6 levels in total you need to achieve in the game. So level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. Okay. To get to that level, you need XP, racer XP. Once you get your racer XP to level, for example, level 1 to level 2, you'll be presented with an option, okay, on screen to say which attribute do you want to permanently upgrade. Permanent, not temporary anymore. Permanently upgrade in your racer, okay? So you get, I think, 2 plus 2s. It's in the white paper. You choose 2. So you want to put, for example, +1 in top speed and +1 in handling. Those are permanent. Those will always be affixed then to your car. So now you're at level 2. You always have those better attributes to start with. Okay. So tuning up is a very key, I guess, a very interesting topic of racing, because people like tuning up stuff and going faster, but there's also needs to be a regulated control of how all the other clubs work. Okay, think about it this way. So when we have our whole tuning up methodology is based on levels, based on those 4 key criteria I spoke about before: temporary boosters and permanent boosters, and everything gets saved back to your NFT. Okay, so if you sell this NFT to the next person, that next person gets all those attributes added to that NFT. Okay, just FYI again. Next one, Atajima ToastPunk, would the game be played only with PC? Yes, Atajima, I mentioned this before multiple times, that this is a professional competitive game. Okay, it's not a casual game. So it's not going to be web browser based, and I'm talking about player side. Okay, the player side. You need to download. It's an Unreal Engine big file. Okay, you need to download it on your game, just like you would do with Valorant or League of Legends or any high-end kind of game. Have it on your PC, go through the updates as needed. Okay, when the game services provide for updates, and run it on your PC on a gaming PC as well. I would say to be competitive, right? To make sure that you're on a gaming PC as well. But all the other components of it, the manager side, the fan side, all is done on web browser, mobile, etc., will be available. Hope that answers your question, Atajima. Jadakara, ToastPunk, what controller use of Racer Club, mouse or keyboard only? No, so for now, and actually, this is a question that was asked by our game developers. They said, do you want to have Xbox controller, all that? And I said, please, we need that, because in the previews that for some of you that helped beta test or alpha test the game end of last year to early this year, informed about keyboard is just too hard because you got to use the AWSD keys and the mouse. They said they agreed to it. So yeah, ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club will have, when it launches, will have availability to use Xbox and Bluetooth controllers to do it. Now, as far as sim kits, okay, because I know some of you got sim kits. Like, when I mean sim kits, is like a simulation steering wheels and things like that as well. Not all of them, maybe some. If you could do me a favor, and if you have any generic sim kits that you want to have to make sure that it can use with it, let me know. Okay, but I know the Xbox and the PlayStation sim kit versions could work because they already got the Xbox controller types in them. But professional sim kits and other kind of sim kits, please let me know if you want them part of it. Right now, there's no schedule on it, just FYI as well. Next, Jadakara says, don't sell your NFT. Damn it. People can do what they want in this space, man. I still do not know if all the value that we're going to give to everyone, why they want to sell the NFT. I just don't know. I really don't have a clue. But funnily enough, yesterday after our Townhall Discord, I don't know whether all of you saw, our floor of OG went from 0.14 to 0.25. Like in one day. I don't know what happened. So a few people obviously picked up some OGs or either delisted. But just so you know, again, ToastPunk OG is only like 10 away from 5 ETH, okay, as a floor. Now, there's no volume. We understand that because everyone's holding, but it just shows pride in what we've got and the value in what we're offering, right? So if you own an OG, just be smart about what you're doing out there, just in case. As I said, you can sell, you can do whatever you want, but be smart, okay? Jadakara, or we can change the settings. Lucky Dad, I knew it. Lucky Dad. The sim was for you, okay? The sim was for you. Jadakara, or we can change the settings. What Jadakara? Can you understand what is your question about? I need further elaboration of that. I'll move on to the next. Petros, okay, this is a good question. I know upgradable Genesis. Listen here, everyone. Be very careful. Those that are listening to the recording and also those in here right now. I know upgradable Genesis NFTs add stats or EXP to the NFT, but will it be permanent or will it be added to the OG NFT and we can race using OG NFT? Not sure how that will work. Quick explanation. Okay. Slow down. So simple. Upgrade OG. Oh, by the way, OG NFTs at this stage is not. I intentionally did not put OG on the allow list. Okay, which means that OG ToastPunks can never start a racer club. Okay, I intentionally did that because OG is the managers of ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club, and I didn't want to cap the OG growth. Okay, so OG Genesis, two separate things altogether. Now, upgradable Genesis, which is the thousand Genesis that has the upgradable metadata. What will happen with them is, and this is the only collection that does it. No other collection, no other club out there, no other collection out there will do it this way. Okay, when those upgradable Genesis connect to the game servers for the first time, immediately they get topped up with 1000 XP. Okay, 1000 Racer XP, which means they skipped from level 1 to level 2 straight away. Okay, and you see on screen, how would you like to upgrade this NFT? Okay, I would like to add +1 in handling. I would like to +1 in strength. Beautiful, no problem. These are all permanent. So you get an automatic balance start of 1000 XP. Now, showing on screen, what that means is this. Okay, I'm going to go and click on it here so you can see. So levels, on the page of levels, it will show you. Can you see new level achieved? 2. 3 upgrades received. So sorry, it means 2. But go to Garage, you can upgrade those, apply those upgrades permanently. Okay. So level 1 is when you start with 0 up to 1000 Racer XP. Okay. Level 2 is 1000 to 5000 Racer XP. Okay. So immediately, upgradable ToastPunk Genesis, only upgradable ToastPunk Genesis NFTs, when they start in ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club, they will start at level 2 because they get a top up of 1000 Racer XP straight away. Now, what's the benefit of 1000 XP? Level 2. First and foremost, your max bar goes up to 6. Okay. So normally at level 1, your max bar, so you only got a maximum of 5. You can have per type of attribute. So top speed will be 3 out of 5, acceleration 4 out of 5, blah blah blah. It'll be 5. That's for level 1. Level 2 will have a max bar of 6. So all of a sudden now you can add temporary boosters that are up to 6. So your scale of your car is bigger, or your scale of your racer is bigger. Okay, but the other thing is this: you will be able now to take part in this, which is massive, the user rewards in the 50 million prize pool. Okay, now I've showed, hopefully this, yep, you can see it here. Now, if you guys are watching my screen, watch this very, very closely. This is very important. Okay, 50 million R Club tokens on TGE. Okay. And there'll be a slight vesting schedule because we don't want to pressure the market out straight away. So there'll be a slight emission schedule, okay, for the first 6 months after TGE, where these 50 million iClub tokens will be seen in your dashboard to be claimed straight away. Now, if you get so 30 million of that is given to players, 20 million of that is given to managers. Now, to be able to be part of this ranking order, you need to be level 2 or higher. If you don't get to level 2 or higher, you can't get a chance to get this claim. Okay, that's why 1000 XP is so important, because immediately you get level 2 and you're part of this order. Now it's up to you how high you want to go up that order. Okay, and if you manage to get up to number 1, okay, which means you have the most XP on that snapshot date of that TGE of all players, of all clubs, you've got the most XP farmed, okay, by everyone. Let's use the word farmed. You will get 500,000 R Club tokens to you. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, 200,000 R Club tokens. Number 3, 100,000 R Club tokens. And then the rest is being shared in division prize pools. Okay, so if you fall in the 20th percentile, you share in 35,000 R Club tokens. Not share. Sorry, you get a split of 35,000 iClub tokens, and this depends on the players. Say we got 5,000 players, okay, that are part of this whole level 2 and a higher, then you get 4,000 if you end up in Division 2. You get 5,000 if you end up in Division 14,000 if you get in Division 1, 5,000 if you get 5,800 if you get in Division 2, 2,222 if you get in Division 3. Okay, it depends on how many players end up in level 2. Okay, now from a manager point of view, so this is the for ToastPunk Genesis Race Club would be the OG DAO, and for other clubs would be the 10 managers. Okay, all you need is $5,000 worth of economy going through. So $5,000 worth of packs, pack store purchases. Okay, and you'd be part of this list. And then the one with the most economy, the one that spend the most, so the strongest community out there, okay, that are active, that have burnt up all the energy and bought more packs and bought more boosters, etc. All of that there. Number one gets 5 million iClub tokens. Okay, 5 million iClub tokens shared with the 10 managers. Okay, now this is a huge opportunity of how the OG DAO can get there, because don't forget, ToastPunk is going to be starting first, and there'll be a lot of clubs out there that want to test the game out. So they're going to be coming and buying ToastPunk, coming in the game, maybe contributing to the pack store, maybe falling in love with the community and things like that. So be very mindful of this year. If you want us to grow, this is a huge chance for us to grow as a project. Okay. Sorry, I know that was a long-winded answer, but I just thought people that don't understand, and some people were just. Even today, I got in the Toast chat and a few other questions being asked out there. Oh, why don't you launch Collection 3? Why don't you launch Collection 4? Where's our airdrop for these upgradable people? I'm going to tell you something right now. That airdrop is nothing compared to what we're giving with Racer Club for Collection 3, okay? Honestly speaking, I know we did say that was part of our roadmap when we did ToastPunk Genesis last year and said, let's launch Collection 3, which, by the way, for your information, I have those contracts. I have that art all ready to deploy. But why would I want to deploy another collection out there under ToastPunk that is not going to get value if I don't have collection 1 and 2 ready yet, correct? So that's why, just please tell other people in the community, guys, if you hold an upgradable, you will get 1,000 Eraser XP to start the game and be part of that automatic iClub token claim list, okay? And the higher you go, the more you can get. Okay. Next. Nothing, sir. I forgot my question. Okay. Jadakara asked a really, really good question. Okay. In ToastPunk, in your experience, firstly, it's not the game hasn't started, so I don't have experience. But the question is this: what is faster, Tom 8 or upgradable? What is faster? Now, guys, this is very important. Have a look at the white paper. Have a look at this page here. First page you look at, it's called DNA, which will tell you the what we call the dynamic neural attributes of each racer. Dynamic neural attributes is based on a formulation of rarity of the NFT, the level of the NFT, and the car. Okay, and this becomes the racer DNA. So if you look at the rarity group, this is in levels. Okay, so this is rarity groups. Now prior to this, prior when we had ToastPunk Genesis, Racer Club just made for the ToastPunk community. Prior to this, yes, Tom 8 being the most rare was going to be the fastest. Okay, but we could not apply that anymore as a general rule of thumb for all clubs. So how it works right now, and it's actually been out there in the white paper for a long time, but just to address this again so that you're clear, every club follows a rarity group scale. So whether they use open rarity or whether they use rarity trait or trait sniper, etc., doesn't matter. There's always a 1 to the last rarity of that art. They're all generative art. Okay. Now, if there are 10,000 collection, it gets divided into 10 equal rarity groups. If there are 5,000, it gets equal into 500. Okay, so it goes based on exactly 10 slices. Okay, and the higher the rare they are, the higher or the better performing their racer is. Okay, so if you look at this here, 1 to 1000, top speed is 3, acceleration is 4, handling is 4, strength is 4. They've got a PG rating of 15. Okay, which means, oh sorry, an RG rating of 15. Their rarity group is 15, the highest of the highest you can. If you look downwards, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, so although, and just to address this one more time, to answer your question, Jedikara, first, speed or performance is actually dependent on the rarity of your NFT when you start. Okay, so if you got a rarer NFT in ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club, you will be starting off with a higher performance, but not necessarily means that you will win, because there's ways to increase your rarity over time with the temporary boosters and all that sort of stuff. Okay, hope that answers your questions, Jay Dekara. Petros, let me have some water first. Okay, Petros, what if you have more than one upgradable? Does that add more levels or just the level 2 per upgradable? Good question. As I said before, every NFT is by itself. So you can have 5, 10, 20 different NFTs. Every single NFT has its own levels, has its own DNA, has everything its own. You just connect the different ones to it. It's not like you're using. If you look at the demo of the game, you will see that every time you use a race, every time you're in a car, there'll be a number plate. That number plate will have your exact NFT number, whatever that is. Okay, so everything depends back on that original NFT that you have in there. So if you have more than one upgradables, each of them gets level 2. Each of them get 1000 XP, 1000 XP, and then it's up to you how you grow them from that onwards. Okay, does that make sense? How long? Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you, Petros. Lucky that, ToastPunk. How long is the period for top game economy? Okay, good question. So there will be a starting point, which is from whenever everything starts, all the way before TGE. So before token generation event, we will do a snapshot and we will say that this is when it starts. Now, this is currently the plan. Okay, the plan, and that's why it's not out in stone yet. This end date, a snapshot date of when this economy or the player levels finish. Okay, so that we do this snapshot to get the 50 million worked out. Okay, we are thinking, and there was a suggestion made within the advisory team that we'll do it 1 month after TGE. So we take the snapshot after TGE to get more opportunity of other clubs to start as well and to keep going. Okay, because if you're not part of the elite incubation clubs and you're not part of the you're not part of ToastPunk because it's the first club, then you're going to miss out totally on the chance to actually be up there. But we've seen it where players go out there wild and clubs go out there wild after a few days. It's possible. We've done the mathematical testings on it that you can get 1000 XP in maybe 3 days. Okay, by just playing non-stop and just earning and farming. Right. Once again. That date exactly, just to answer your question, Lucky Dad, right now it is before TGE, but I think it could be 1 month after TGE, but it'll be very, very clear cut once everything gets going. So when ToastPunk starts, it will be a clear cut date on to know when that finishes. Okay. Cool. Hey, really good questions, guys. And if anyone's got any other questions, feel free to ask. Here's your chance, right? Everyone's always asking, what's going on. I've been busy behind the scenes building and working, and now's your chance to ask anything. You're here. You got Captain Z, Faisal, Seneth, Gion, Viet, and there's a few new people, new faces in here that I haven't seen before as well. Really, firstly, appreciate you coming. Oh, we got Nieta, the awesome Nieta, rocking the. She got your Racer Club jacket. I think she won that jacket and she won that contest there. She's rocking that. She's from Sydney. Max Liquidities. Oh, I got Spa Hawk. He's a legend. Jago, Dashi, all the cool. If you got any questions, guys, please feel free. The chat's next there. Ask questions. Or you can jump on stage if you want to and ask anything. Let's go, Nieta. Guys, did you see that? Racer Club jacket. Let's go. That is recorded, Nieta. So well done. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Come on, guys. That's repping the Racer Club. All the way. I love it. Well done, Nieta. That is so hot. I know it's coming. It's coming. Um, I'm sure there's you can go get merch stores open. So if it's there, you can go and buy. But winning the special like the ones that Nieta has, that only comes when we run giveaways, obviously. So um, we'll get there. Don't worry. So any other questions, guys, on Racer Club? Seriously. Let's go on here. Tell those Azuki guys and say, because we already got some people in there. We got what's his name from Mooning Azuki. He's committed his Azuki to start his Azuki Racer Club. But yeah, definitely go to Azuki and tell those guys down there they better get going because the ToastPunk races are going to come up for them, mate. I don't care who they are, what they are. I want us to be the best racers out there. Okay, and I know we do have. I know we have really, really skilled players in here. We've got the best stackers. We've got the most genius people can go through codes and stuff. There's no reason why we can't have the best players and racers out there. Okay. Okay. Next, Classic Magic. ClassicMagic.eth asks, "Hey Matt, what's the estimated time commitment of a manager of a club?" Good question. It depends, right? So the only thing a manager actually does, really seriously, okay, is to create the club, to start the club, to initiate the club. Okay. Now, what happens after the fact? Whether they want the club to go bigger and bigger, because remember, managers earn 15% from the economy of the club. So anything that's spent in the game, they get 15% back. Okay. For them to earn more, what do they have to do? Very simple. Just get the community to come in more and play more, right? And to be engaged more, right? So it really depends on the manager, what they want to do. Okay. It's not I wouldn't say it's a passive, it could be a passive. It could be, who knows? It could be one of the managers out of the 10 managers there, and the others go wild and do a lot of work. But all I'm saying is this: if you're gonna be a manager of a club, as in your PFP, so being a manager as well as this, your original PFP gets to be the forever hero of that club. For example, Kevin from Azuki, he's going to put his Azuki as the first Azuki in that racer club. His Azuki will be converted into 3D hero character, and will be one of the 10 characters that all other races can choose to play with, right? It'll be the forever hero of that club. So from a historical and momentum point of view, monumental point of view as well, his PFP gets etched in that club for life. On top of that, obviously you're proud. You're the manager of the club. You can choose what you want to do. You can even sell your license if you don't want it anymore. If you grew the club too big, right? If making sense for you makes more money to sell it than to be the manager, up to you. So to answer your question on the time, it's varied. It really depends on what your strategy is, on how you want to play. When will I answer tickets, sir? I will answer tickets when I have the time, dog lover. Okay, because tickets, I know any important tickets get flagged straight away. But if just so you know, if they are giveaway tickets or anything simple as that, be patient, okay? Because giveaways is you get it for free, okay? So just be patient, and a lot of times we've seen, when we pay out giveaways fast, they just go in and out, bye bye. So be patient, my friend. What's the estimated? Got that there already. Good thing my favorite PvP is my OG Toast. Awesome, Chris. I love this max liquidity. The first tournament, Jadekara. So what do you mean by first tournament? As in the crossover tournament, or you're talking about the races, individual races? What tournament, Jadekara, are you talking about? So the first race will be in ToastPunk Genesis when that gets launched. The races will start, but the tournament will be a year long after the first 50 million. So the first lead up to this whole TG event and that 50 million arcup token, that's considered a tournament. Okay, every year onwards, there'll be like a seasonal tournament. So like a season by season tournament, organized very carefully. Correct. Lucky that answered that correctly, Petros. Minimum 8 and maximum 12. Yeah, Dwayne, if it's talking about the esports tournaments, then the first official esports will be 2024 in that year. But the first Web3 kind of tournament, which is the one we're talking about here and the one I'm going to show up on screen again, this is the lead up to it, right? So incubated clubs plus ToastPunk Genesis gets to be part of this, as long as you're a player with level 2 or higher, and as long as you're a club with $5,000 or more in your economy. That's the first tournament. I know it's really good looking, Nieta. Now you're super popular. Also gonna be in the ToastPunk side of things as well. Everyone's gonna start chasing you. 11 hots and 4. This is awesome. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Everyone, smile. Okay. I'm gonna take a nice screenshot and I'm gonna send it to people in Twitter. Okay. So everyone, smile. Say cheese. Okay, cool. Let's go to Twitter and say hi to everyone. In the meantime, think about your questions you want to ask, okay? Hi, world, from the ToastPunk Discord. Okay, back here. What are the questions we've got? Okay. Jadakara, how much the maximum potential earning of one toast? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question, Jadakara. Do me a favor. This is same thing like asking the question of how much you're gonna earn. There's no set earnings. Okay. Basically, you go in there. If you can be the best you can, okay, then you'll be earning the most. Okay. But we've based on all our mathematical formulas, we know that whatever that you're paying for energy plus all the freebies you're gonna get, as a rule of thumb, just like the word is this, and TD5, you're listening to it. I use this word correctly. It's called probability theorem. Okay, probability theorem. We use that probability theorem to work out what comes back to the players. Trust me, it's about 75 to 80% of whatever you spend comes back to you on average. Okay, but if you're better than that, it goes higher. Okay, just so you know. Cosmic Magic. What's this question? When clubs race within their own community, how do you solve an issue where it's not a popular timing for people to play and only 6 people are in the queue for a race? How will that be tackled? That's a very good question. So we will have races that are run. Okay. In fact, sorry. Let me just take one step back first. There's 2 things with this here. There's one proposal put forward by the game developers, and this, as I said, this is something that we're considering for the entire club's atmosphere. Okay, but just for one club in particular, if for example there's not enough players, we then run the game anyway, but there'll be no rewards. There'll be no rewards in that game. No energy burn. No race for rewards, but there'll be potentially XP, but at half. Okay, there's a certain formula that they're using to make sure that races keep on going. Okay, but yeah, that's what we do to start with. And the second thing is this: another proposal was made where we will have an always a central race that can be played by anyone from any club. Okay, to come in there, but you have to have certain kind of like maybe an OG fan pass or something like that to be able to do that. Okay, but that will allow then for continuous races to run no matter what. Okay, because it only reads 8 all up. Hope that answers your question, Cosmic. Raniel asks, will there be a private sale, sir? private sale of what in particular? You're talking about the R Club token, or you're talking about the NFTs? Because I did cover both of them at the very beginning. You might have missed it, Raniel, but that's okay. So will there be a private sale? Please. Yes, there is. In fact, right now there's a live event going on for the private sale, and there's still not full yet. It should be full soon. But yeah, there is a private sale event going on right now. Hello, Peekaboo. Smile, Kimrak. Oh, 906. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Welcome 906.nft to the fam. He just might. Congratulations and welcome in. And that's a really cool toast as well. That's a smiley face toast with the Swiss cheese and the rye bread. That's a really good one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And he's verified already, so well done, guys. Okay, who else we've got here? Thanks, man. Happy to be supporting for over a year now. Thank you, Classmate. I really, really appreciate you as well, bro. We've been building long, and the longer it is, the better it is. I just feel much more comfortable with all of you because we've been here such a long time that we know each other by name, we know each other where we are, and we're so familiar with each other. That's the best part about this community, right? Ranel, you know how it is. Money will make the world go around always. But that's fine. There's always an opportunity, man. Always an opportunity. That looks great. 906. 906 is welcome. I love it. And you got some really cool domains as well. 541, 8 aliens. Awesome, awesome, guys. Okay, guys, any other questions, please? How long have we been going for? I think we've been going for 11, an hour and a half, so not that long. That's normal. And by the way, anyone that has just joined new in the ToastPunk community, make sure you plug in Crypto Toast, okay? Because that is going insane. It's going good. It's right now. It's off a buy, which means it's sold, and the next one's going to be a buy. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention this. There's an update, Crypto Toast. I'll put it in the pre-announcements. Roman just got back to me before, so we have exceeded the amount of users to have it on one single IP. We've got a few hundred on there right now already. So what we're going to do is this. I'll send an alert out for those of you that are connected and using it right now. What you need to do is you need to add a few more IPs to your API in Binance. Okay, so all you got to do is log into Binance, but I'll tell you exactly when to do it and what to do exactly. Once you add those APIs, so you might have 1 or 2 or 3 different APIs. When we do the update on Crypto Toast, which will happen before a buy, okay, so and we won't do it this week, it will be early next week, okay. When we do the update, we will let you know, and all you need to do is this. You will see in your Crypto Toast your under where it says the API settings, you will see what IP that belongs to you. So what server you automatically hopped on, okay. Now that's the IP that you need to make sure you have only in your API. You can take off all those other IPs as far as the restricted IP is concerned. Okay, but I'll give you the information. I'm going to do a warning out to everyone, a pre-announcement out to everyone for now, so that you know what's going on. But yeah, hey, show me the money. Let's go. He's here, Mr. Rescue. What is happening, Mr. Rescue? My man, my graffiti man. How are you, bro? You see, I put a picture of and Anieta on Twitter, and everyone started coming in. Thank you. I love that. Look at this. I just ran. Where was this? Where was this picture? I attracted more people in. Rescue goes, "What's going on there?" And she comes in. I love it. Nieta, thank you for that. You're our promo model. You're the ToastPunk model spokesperson for us. Oh, guys, this is funny. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Show me the money. Come on stage. He wants to come on stage. Let's go. Show me the money. Come on stage. Here we go. Hey, bro.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
How are you, man? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. How are you, brother?
Yeah, it's good. This is the second day in a row running. We got our Townhall number 2 today. Yesterday we had one as well. We went through all the crypto toast stuff. Today specifically about Racer Club, and we covered pretty much quite a lot of things on it today, which everyone is quite excited about. What's happening with you, bro?
Yeah, I just literally saw the post and thought, let me jump in now. I don't want
You
to miss
see,
today's one
I
because I
knew
missed
it.
yesterday's.
I knew the Nieta post would have bring people in. They see like a chick with a Racer Club jacket. They're like, "What's going on here?" All good, bro.
I knew I missed yesterday's space, and I was like, no, I can't miss today's, man. I need to jump in there.
That's
So
okay.
yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. I hope everyone's having
That's
a
okay,
great
bro. We've got this
Thursday.
recorded. We got this recorded anyway for those. We know that people just can't. Everyone's got their own thing to do. We understand that. But yeah, our core is always here. Our lovely community is always here. We had someone just picked up a toast from the OG floor, 0.249 just then, and gobbled it up like quick. And I think there's almost like I think it was 6 or 7 left, only to like 5 each. So um, yeah, the OGs are going strong, bro. OGs are always gonna be OGs, man.
The OGs are the real deal, man, from the
Absolutely,
get
man.
go.
And definitely, so guys, for you guys that don't know who Show Me the Money is, he's also known as Rescue on Twitter, and he's got a project called Skull Bombs. Amazing graffiti. One of the best graffiti artists that I know personally. And he did the ToastPunk Genesis mural, the Metaverse mural. Was really awesome. In London, live painted. One day we'll bring that up again, right, and show it off on Twitter. But I'm looking forward to definitely the Racer Club stuff that we'll do. Okay, in that tunnel. Okay, let's get some stuff going because what I was thinking when you mentioned the tunnel the other day, that whole tunnel, right? You can fit how many projects you can fit there? Rescue?
Probably about 10, 15.
Yeah, 10, 15 projects. I reckon if we do that tunnel, sometime around the time when we incubate those, the first 10 to 15 Racer Club projects, and I just come in and I say, Rescue, do me a favor, let's do the whole thing there. That will look insane, bro. That will be wild, I think.
Well, we can get that tunnel reciprocated in the actual game. Do you know what I mean? So that's what's fun about it.
That is hot. That is hot. You know what? And it's you said you're gonna take what 3 days to do that or something like that, the whole tunnel.
I said it'll probably take like 2 to 3 days. Yeah.
Man, so how do you do it so fast? Like how big? Like, can you give me dimensions wise how big that tunnel is?
It wouldn't be just like if that was gonna get done, it wouldn't be me just doing it by myself
I got you. So
because
you
it
get
would
some
have to
people
get
in and a few other
yeah, I'd
people
have to
in.
get graffiti artist friends and do it as a proper creative weekend, like
But
over a
how do
weekend
we
where
how
you're
do we
starting
how do we
Sunday.
make sure we encapsulate it so we don't lose it? Like the last one I know got washed out or got painted over or something like that, right? The ToastPunk Genesis one. But how do we do that? Okay, maybe call the police or something like that and get the press in or so, I don't know. Just get something stupid happening with it, right? I think that'll be really amazing. They'll be like, what's going on here?
This is well that could, that's from your end. You'll have to make a anonymous call, bro.
I'll tip in. We got some people painting the London Bridge. Let's get them right now. They're criminals, all that shit, whatever. Just get people in and just let people. I think that'd be really cool because we know how this space operates, right? Basically, any press is good press, whether bad, good, whatever. Donald Trump gets indicted, his NFTs goes up in price. Okay, something. CZ gets sued, things go down and then comes up again, and then some other scammers try to do something else. So we've seen this space. It's all about, it's all over the shop. So I think something like a full tunnel painted with Racer Club logos and the actual 10 clubs that got incubated, starting with ToastPunk at the very start, something like that, like a cool piece. We get photos and photos of it, like do those normal, the not nice metaverse photos and the TikTok videos and all you done on it. And then we just report it to the police and say, hey, someone's vandalized the London Bridge. Go get them. And then get all those pictures put on the press. I think that will work really well. I know Petros, right? rescue in Melbourne. We've also got crazy graffiti here, everywhere. The streets of Melbourne, behind the streets, alleyways, all that sort of stuff is full of graffiti, right? But till then, I have not seen like a Bored Ape or a CryptoPunk or anything like that there out there yet. But let's paint it full of maybe racer clubs related and also toast. I think that'd be really cool. But I don't know. The problem in Petros is I don't know any good graffiti artists in Melbourne. I know mural painters. I know Daniel Weber. She's awesome. She does Beyonce, does all these other things. But I just don't know any graffiti ones. The only one graffiti I know is maybe Rescue. Maybe I got to fly you over here, Rescue. What do you reckon?
That's always an option as well. I do know a couple of
Let's
artists.
go. Didn't
I
you
do know
go?
a couple of graffiti artists over in
When's the last you've been to?
Australia.
Have you been to Australia before, bro?
No way. I think that's one of the places that I'd probably be the last place I go just because I don't like spiders.
Fine. There's no. Nieta and Petros, please tell our man Rescue that we've got we got small spiders. They're not big. Like look at this shit. Maybe
They're not big. Are you mad? Remember, I live in London, bro.
the spiders are fine, man. The spiders are the spiders, man. You leave them alone, they won't do anything to you. Typically any bugs you leave them alone, they won't do anything to you. But yeah, we do have pretty big spiders here. It is pretty big, but they're not everywhere, as what people say. You cannot not want to go to a country just because of spiders. It doesn't make sense. And don't worry, I'll bash them for you anyway. Okay, if there's spiders, just come here, enjoy. I think a lot of people from the UK come to Australia and they end up living here. They love it. In fact, our country got taken over by the UK or started by the UK from the very start. Okay, Australians always started from convicts from the UK, so there's no problem there whatsoever, man. Just come back to your heritage, man. Oh dear. Rescue. I would love to definitely see you in Australia one day. We can also do that, but yeah, I think the idea of the London Bridge having the racer club and the other graffiti out there would be insane. I think.
Yeah, definitely. I do know, like I was saying, I do know a couple of graffiti artists over in where you are over in Australia.
Oh, you
Obviously,
do?
different parts of Australia. But Luca, he's the founder of the Cosmonauts.
Oh,
He
Luca.
also
I know
paints.
Luca. Yeah, I know Luca. He
Yeah,
does a lot of
Luca paints.
crazy. But he's in Sydney. Luca's in Sydney, I believe.
Yeah, and my guy Seb One, he's I can't remember where he is, but he's also in Australia as well. So there's a couple of artists, you know what I mean? So I'm sure it could be done. I'm sure it's not hard. Maybe like even like a set piece where there's one in Melbourne, one in London, one somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Like you said,
Ooh.
the more eyes you capture, the better. Do you know what I mean? So I actually did something with. I don't really want to give projects ideas away, but it was my idea in the start, so I can give it away. So,
What
like
is it?
maybe one of the last projects I did, I gave them an idea because they wanted to do merch with the pieces that I did. And I said to them, why not create like a tour? Do you know what I mean? The way rock stars and rock bands do tour T-shirts and tour merch, create a merch like a tour merch from actual graffiti pieces. You know what I mean? Worldwide.
Mm.
I think that would be dope, a dope concept, and it's definitely a collectible piece.
Definitely, bro. I think, yeah, I think something like that could work for sure. Let's, right. Doesn't harm to try it out. If it makes sense, if supporting a good cause, to me it's okay, man. No problem. I'm fine with it. Oh dear. What time is it in the UK right now?
It's 3:30, 3:30 p.m.
Okay, so it's nice and easy in the afternoon. It's heading to again. I'm gonna have a long night tonight. I've got this. I got a quick meeting with someone later at 1 a.m. So I still got a bit of time. But yeah. Anyway, rescue. Check out the whole. Did you? By the way, did you see that the OG fan pass airdrop thing on Twitter?
Yeah, I saw that, retweeted that. Come on.
Yeah, I know you did. Thank you very much. But did you manage to find the sign up for it?
No, I didn't see no sign up. I didn't go that far.
No, there wasn't a sign up. There was never a sign up on the actual tweet itself. But for those of you that don't know, and I'm gonna do it for the first time here today, most people in here already knew where the sign up was. We have already, as I said, close to 400 more than 400 over people that signed up already. But and there's going to be many more to go. But you can see on my screen right now, if you check the screen, basically it's there's three places in the white paper that you can see it. Okay, one is the RC Fan Pass area, and there's that sign up link over there. But just to show you how cool it is, if you click on the sign up, okay, it takes you to the registration for the OG NFT Fan Pass. Then you can continue on and press start. Okay, you explain to you a little bit the hashtag We Can Fly, what Racer Club is about. The first question it asks you is, do you currently own any NFTs? And you can answer whatever you want. Most people say yes. And then you add your Twitter username, and then add your wallet. This is where the airdrop will come if you're successful in getting the passing the qualifying for it. And then the final thing asks you is, would you like to have your favorite PFP NFT come to life as a 3D hero character in Racer Club? Now the funny thing is, most people have said yes to this, which is great. And obviously the ones that say no can't go through. But you submit this, and this comes in to us. As I said, out of the 400 something, these are the only ones that answered correctly. So the ones that said, thank you, we received your registration, we've got it right now, those are the 400 counted. If you've encountered one that says, sorry, you're not successful in this, you're unsuccessful in this registration, those are not counted. And the unfortunate thing is your IP is locked in. Basically, you won't be able to reapply again. It's only one per person. Okay, so just be mindful of what you do if you're going to do it. But Rescue, I would definitely like to see Skull Bombs community inside Racer Club. So the Skull Bombs Racer Club as well. So feel free to follow those links just now, or follow the way I've done it, and get some people in there. Okay.
I can't actually see. You know that it's just turning around. I can't see the share screen.
Oh, are you on mobile?
Yeah.
That's probably why, bro. Yeah, on web you can see, but it's very simple, bro. Just go to the Racer Club. Oh, actually, you know what? I even made it easier for a few people. If you go to the Racer Club Labs Twitter account, just go to the web URL. I've changed the web URL. The web URL now is just the white paper link direct to that fan page, and then you just click the sign up button and you go ahead and do it. Okay. It'll be nice and easy for you to do. Don't worry.
Okay, cool, sweet.
Too easy, bro. And of course, inform any of your close people from the other communities that you know as well what to do, because definitely, or just once you do that, you just screenshot your end and then you paste it on socials and tweet that, and then people will be intrigued and figure out what's going on. I think that's how a lot of people came through. They were intrigued, like, so how did these people manage to get their signups done? And then they signed, and then they just told each other. I even saw in some alpha groups that were talking already about it. What's this Racer Club sign up? And then they said, ToastPunk, you're here, aren't you Racer Club? And I say, yeah. They said, what I do? I said, this is what you got to do. They're Clone X people. Clone X. One of them was from Duck. I don't know what Duck NFT project, but it doesn't matter. We help all the projects out there anyway. But yeah, if you guys here got some friends in other projects, that doesn't matter. Well, there's one project that actually the founder organized and gonna organize the actual meetup with the person who's behind the project. I don't know whether you guys know this person or not. It's called Seth Rogen. Okay, you know Seth Rogen, Rescue?
What's on Seth Rogen, bro?
There you go. But for those of you that don't know Seth
Come
Rogen,
on.
Seth Rogen is the bomb. He's got he's a funny actor. Entourage, Austin Powers, various others. He's got a project called Pizza Bot. Okay, and we spoke to the creators of that project. And basically, what happened was Pizza Bot launched last year. They sold out, but they couldn't do anything after that. They didn't do the typical, the secondary sweeps and pump and all that kind of stuff. So they faded out. Okay, but after they heard about Racer Club, they immediately got in touch. They said, how do we get this going? How do we? This was through the TDFI connection with DMCC for the Dubai guys and everything else. And how do we get this going? I said, man, all you got to do is just get the OG fan pass, come into the game servers, and get your whitelist prepaid for, and then we'll airdrop those RCs to you. If you got 10 of them, you're done. So they're working on a plan to get that project alive again, and also Seth Rogen doing something for it. So that'll be pretty cool. Okay, if you get to meet up with Seth Rogen or come on one of our spaces, we'll blast him out again, and make him and just do what we need to do with him. Have some jokes. He's a comedian. He's a funny comedian. I love him, Seth Rogen. Okay.
Bro, he's
Looks
funny. He's funny as fuck.
absolutely. Well, looks like there's no more other questions about Racing Club today. I've given the full time opportunity for everyone to come up with any questions if they had any. A lot of questions got asked, which is great. And obviously this whole thing is recorded, so if there's anything else you need to go back to, you can always go back to it. But if there's nothing else today, I might call it a time to rest myself a little bit before my other space. Sorry, my other call. See, I'm even losing my words right now. But Rescue, you got anything coming up? What's coming up for you today?
Today, I've got a space in at 12 o'clock my time. So in about
Midnight.
so in about 8 hours, 9 hours time.
Nice, bro.
So just preparing for that. That's more of a chilled space. Trying to aim at the more collector side instead of the DJ side of Twitter. You know, the more people that appreciate artists, and
I love it, bro.
trying to get to that side of Twitter. You know, trying to wash out all the DJs and trying to tune into the people that actually appreciate art and artists. So yeah,
Just
that
DJs,
journey's
very
starting.
simple. You just mention utility and you mention art, and they're out of there. They're like, what is this project? Utility art? Nah, get out of here. I wanna just feel
Yeah, I
art.
know exactly.
But man, I love what
But
you
they are,
do.
you know,
Yep,
like
keep going.
Cosmo and all these collectors, the real collectors in the space. They don't collect things just because there's staking or coins
Of
or
course,
anything. Do you know what I mean? They
of
collect it
course.
because the art's fire. So they're the people that I need to tune into because they're the people that appreciate art and artist time.
I still until today I subscribe to Cosmo Minutes, and I still read them every time they come through from top to bottom. I don't skip. As soon as Cosmo notes come through, I look at them, and I actually read and understand his substance, because he's such a good, like a intelligent artist, and he knows what he's talking about. He's got his own vibrancy to him. I just love Cosmo and the way he does things. And also the other guy, DK Motion. Is that DK Motion? DK.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's awesome as well. I love how artists think. They just got this mind that goes places where it's like the creativity side is just amazing, right? It gets to expand on a lot of things there. But yeah, man, as I was saying before, I really love what you're doing, Ruskin. I think that you have shown up. You have done so much since like, congratulations, man. It's not. I know. You moved from collector side to now project founder side, and you're showing true leadership as an organic project. I really love that, bro. And as I said, anything I can do to help, just let me know. Okay, I'm always here.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. And you get some rest. You know what I mean?
I am.
A lot of work to be done, so you definitely get some rest, bro.
I'm
I
definitely gonna
appreciate
try.
you,
And
and I
and
appreciate all the fam, all the Toast fam.
definitely. And you know what? We are starting. I think tomorrow we're gonna start the first global ToastPunk community spaces. So we're organizing almost every day a space by the ToastPunk community, but it'll be regionalized. So one will be in Tagalog, one will be in Indonesian, one will be in whatever the native languages are. Some will be mixed, obviously, but the idea is to attract not just everyone. We focus at different regions. Try to because you know how it is. The cultural language and the sentiment breakdown is always a problem, right? Like we even had some issues in the OG chat today. Like I know what Shawan, like in particular, someone's trying to say, but it came out rude, and sometimes it's because of the way they think, or the way it's just the cultural conflict and clash. So the idea of the Toastpunk community spaces is, so that each region gets to speak their piece and lingo with themselves. Okay, but it's still all about Toast anyway. It's still all about Web3. It's still all about growing or getting new people into the space. So hopefully that experiment will work. As I said, it's going to start off tomorrow with the Nigerian community, the African community, on a Friday. Africa's got Friday, I believe. I can't remember exactly, but I know all the different schedules are there. We're gonna probably note it down properly, and I need to probably know this by heart as well. But yeah, we've got Indonesia, Philippines, US, North America, so North America, a global North America side, and then Australia side as well for one. So hopefully covering every single day, bar one day, maybe Saturday, we have laps. That's it. So we're going to try to be as consistent as possible with this year, because we know that that's how you build up on communities. You gotta, as in the external side, and until date, ToastPunk has done everything internally. We've built crypto tools. We've got the game coming up. We've done everything internally as much as we can, build a solid foundation. Now I think it's time for us to explode out there and let the world know what's going on. You agree, Rescue?
I bloody agree, bro. It's been a long time coming.
Absolutely, bro. Okay, guys. Thank you again, everyone, for coming up here. Absolutely, I think Kimra, we're gonna definitely have more AMAs like this now that I got a bit more time set aside for community and the project build, because previously all project build. That's it. I love having these kind of AMAs because I get to understand what you guys are thinking, what questions you have, and get to clarify anything there whatsoever. And also can depend on some help from you guys. If anyone else that missed this, they can definitely ask you guys as well, and obviously with the recording. Okay, so thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming, everyone here today. Love it. There will be merch prizes as promised. Okay, just give me the time to go through one by one. I'll do the uploads and recordings, all of that. Announce in the next couple of days. But yeah, we're going to give out some limited edition merch to a few people for Racer Club and for ToastPunk as well. Okay, including you, Rescue, potentially, as one of the candidates.
I appreciate that, bro. I still got my hat. I want a hat on the giveaway. I still haven't got my hat, but don't worry, I'm not in a rush, bro. I'm so focused.
The Racer Club one or which one?
Yeah, one of them ones that you got on your head. I think you're actually wearing it right now. Is that my one? You sure that's not my one?
Take it, bro. Here you go. Nah, bro. No. What happened was there was a bunch that got returned. I don't know why. So we've been sending, and we've been getting returns nonstop, and then some goes through and some not. Every time I do this, just FYI, it costs me money, right? So what I'll do is this. Did you have a ticket open, Rescue?
I think I did ages ago, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'll rather when you come to London, bring it with you.
If you have not got it yet, then we need to know. So I've got Viper, our mod, to go through and check one by one and ask people know. If you haven't got it, let me know, because in my records here in the order records, it shows it's all sent. And then when I click 3 times inside it, then they tell me a note that, oh, sorry, this has been returned. I'm like, what the hell? Put it up front. I can't see everything one by one. Then Lucky Dad, look at Lucky Dad's got his Racer Club hat as well. And I know.
Look at this guy. Is that what he's trying to do? He's trying to stunt on me with the hat. Okay, I see you. You look like my granddad, blood. Rest in peace, my granddad. Hey, listen, I'm coming for the hat, Lucky Dad.
Lucky Dad's got his Racer Club hat. A lot of people got that. That's why a lot of people got them. Some people didn't get them. So I need to know who hasn't got them. And if you don't have them, let me know straight away. Viper will just ping, and we'll get those hats out to everyone, because obviously the more hats this goes out, the better it is for out there, and it is super unique, right? It's like it's my favorite hat right now. I've got all sorts of hats. This is my favorite hat to wear because it looks good, I think, and it just it has that. What is that? What is that helmet? It's a helmet, but it says RC. Okay, thank you again. Show me the money. Definitely. Let's catch up, everyone, again. Let's do more often of this year. I'm gonna upload this recording after this year for those of you that missed it. But thank you again. We'll catch up soon again, guys. Okay. Thank you, Rescue. Thank you, Lucky Dad. Thank you, everyone, for coming in.
Thank you, bro. Everyone have a great day, man. Let's fucking go.
Ciao, bro. Let's go.